Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We all lead very busy lives, leaving very little time for cleaning, especially those of us in the TV industry. So today, for a very special treat, we take you behind the scenes on Afternoon Express to see how the show gets put together, and we meet two of the ladies who make it all happen.
I'm Andile. I'm a content producer for Afternoon Express. I've been working on the show since the day it started flighting. My background is in marketing and advertising, as well as the School of Life.
I'm Lauren Naidu. I'm also one of the content producers on the Afternoon Express show. I've been with the company for about 3 years, working on Afternoon Express. It will be 2 years in May. I have a diploma in TV presenting and drama studies, as well as an honours degree in media studies.
The day starts with a caffeine fix before we actually open our laptops and start contacting the world and putting things in place.
A lot of the times we're in constant communication with each other. So we'll sit together every morning before, just the two of us, before we have our actual group content meeting, and we'll just bounce off ideas with each other. Also, with working in advance, you know, our show, it demands such a lot of detail. So there's so much of preparation that goes into just booking one guest. You know, with that, there's footage that needs to be sourced, there's pictures, you know, we need to check with the guest schedules, you know, so it's a lot of back and forth, and so, yeah, it's a lot of preparation.
How we get to the bottom of what we're going to talk about on the show is determined either by which guest we would like to have on the show, and then we contact them and make sure they're keen and available, or sometimes it's driven by a topic that we want to discuss.
So once we decided on what our theme is, we then try to build an entire episode based on that theme. Once everything is confirmed, we then confirm it with our show producer, and that's when more planning takes place. So now we get to the most exciting part of our job, which is actually the live show, where all the action happens, where all that time that you took to prepare, it's finally happening. So basically our guests arrive, we start at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. That's when, you know, we brief our guests. We go through the questions with them, and then we also go into the live control room as well.
We also have a chat with our presenters so that it's not just a dry script for them. So we talk them through the questions and sort of like where we were, why we decided to do that over and above the questions, and if there's something that they must definitely touch on, regardless of the time, this is the opportunity. And then this is the time where they also suggest how they can approach something, and it's just like that little pre-live show meeting, which is great.
So right now, we are in the Afternoon Express studio, and we're about to take you on a tour.
Follow us. So this is where all the magic takes place, and you're very familiar with this space.
So this is where our presenters actually do the interview with our guests.
But when no one is looking, this is where they find their scripts.
And this is how they keep comfy during segments.
Now, follow us to the kitchen.
So the kitchen is where all the yumminess takes place. And this is how it looks just before we go live.
We do prepare our food before the show starts because it's a live show and anything can happen. We might run out of time and we can't afford not to have a finished meal.
So I think let's do a little test up. What do you say?
Yeah, shh, don't tell the chef. So our lives are very busy. Our day starts early and we're one of the last people to leave because our show is live in the evening. Well, how I actually manage everything is that I don't keep it that separate.
I think as a content producer, your work actually never stops. But you sometimes have to just break away. So that's when you go home. That is your zen place. That's where you just unwind, you relax.
It's very important for me to make time to make my accessories range, and it's my own personal project where I express my creativity away from the studio. I also love spending time with friends. I love cooking for them, and which means that my place has to be clean at all times.
So I think it's very important for me to make time for my family. I also definitely make time for a new project that I just started along with two of my very good friends. It's a fashion page or Instagram account, and it's called Them Girls. So it's basically just about our love for clothes and for fashion. So that takes up a lot of my time, but I love it, and it's growing into something really amazing.
When it comes to cleaning, I have to do it as I go. If I'm cooking, I have to clean whilst I'm cooking. It mustn't wait for after the meal. The same applies to the bathroom. I have to clean after the shower. Otherwise, there's nothing worse than accumulated dirt. And then we go for proper cleaning over the weekend.
So I'm a bit of a germaphobe, so I do daily inspections. I like a clean and spotless house, especially the bathroom. The bathroom needs to be clean at all times, but just like Andile, thorough cleaning takes place over the weekend.